Hello interweb, this is Dannage. Welcome back to Cattle Shores for episode 13, unlucky for some, baker's dozen. What are we doing today? Well, something that we've done since the last episode ended. Just a couple more low residential houses in a high school, or moved the high school. I may have placed that already. He's squared off this road and shortened this road. Tweaked up here as well to try and give ourselves a bit more space. I did spend some time, possibly with PowerPoint, possibly with Visio, to try and fit all of the factory buildings in here. And the good news is that, yes, we can fit them in. Sort of. So just a few little tweaks and adjustments were needed, but they should have seen us right. Also, I've changed this lane to a 2-lane highway at this point. Given the amount of factories I'm going to have coming into this space, the traffic around here should be incredible, because I've seen some of the traffic around here. Moved these around a bit to try and get ourselves a bit more sort of level up here. And then I'm going to have this little bridge over here, and then this bridge is going to go and find its way to the what's the word? You see all those trucks coming out of them. I think this just looked, I was just hovering around doing something else, and this place looked really, really busy. So I'm going to swap that round. The reason for having this road over is because trucks are going to come from here to supply the factories, and I don't want to increase the traffic that's already going from the cargo hub to other places. We are giving ourselves a specific set of tasks. We have 4 objectives. Number 1, I've got to address some of this residential demand because I have very high residential demand. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to extend into the waterfront. That's objective 1. Objective 2 is to take the rail that's coming down here, and I have noticed at some point that my little mountain thing has a massive jump in terms of a climb right there, so I'm going to sort that out in a minute. Bring the rail down and across to the other side, and then hook it up to the forest and the farm industry. If you remember, we made this hasn't been irradiated, this has been made lush by our recent fertilization of the land. Objective 3. I need to make a road connection from this highway, probably unlike here where I just made it go off to the industry and then forgot that I'd have to have another one hooking up to urban sprawl. I'll make some sort of interchange that then, or maybe that's a good space, to then hook up to both the intersprawl. From henceforth, this will be called the intersprawl. The rest coming to the farm industry. Objective 4 is to build the first farm. Now, that's going to be a crop farm. I'm not going to mix them up. I am going to have crop farms and I'm going to have animal farms, and they are going to be different. But that's the plan. And we're going to try and do this in speed build because there is so much to do. As they say in YouTubeville before they spend 10 minutes meandering, without further ado, let's get into it. And so there it is. Objective 1. Yeah. Regarding concerns about getting from super small buildings to super high buildings, generally I control that through plot size. Yeah, over here, they're all 2x2 high densities. Then we're moving into some 2x3s when I can. And then as I'm getting sort of further towards the city, oh, in need of power. So here we go. And my residential demand is going up. But we take larger and larger plots and we get, these will eventually, because they're 4x3, those will eventually become quite tall. Those will become taller and lorded up over these other smaller plots. So we've got some facilities there. So I'm just going to create a few bridges of power. Comfortable sized office over here. Still not, we've got a tiny little slither of industrial demand. Power still, but, look, my demand's gone up. That's good. I'm glad that as I'm building things, people want more of it. It's always good to know that what you're doing is just increasing the popularity rather than meeting the demands. Whilst we're waiting for that to build, what I've done here, I've taken a collector road, but I've joined it to, or a local road, sorry, I've joined it to a connector. But we've got our first arterial in the form of a 6-lane road. And the 6-lane road, as it's getting towards the end, breaks out. 2 lanes can come off, but I've only got 1 lane coming off. And I'm going to swap. There we go. About halfway through, I shall swap the configuration. In fact, there, as we've got 2 lanes by this point, we can join up. We've got 2 lanes to go. Now nobody's going to go down there at the moment because there's nowhere for it to go. That's going flat. That's heading straight for a pillar. Going to have to take care of that pillar. This is going to be the heart of the city, isn't it? Shall I connect that up? I think we should. I think we shall. Why wouldn't we? So we've got 1 connection now into this big collector road. Now obviously this is going to have a lot more junctions, but stuff going into the middle of the city, along with our emergent underground road. Just because I was going to connect that up there, but that then felt like there were 2 nodes too close together. That's 0 residential demand now as far as I'm concerned. That's objective 1 finished. We can fill out the rest of that as demand creeps up. Looking down, thinking, oh, what a sprawling scape of scapes this. Anyway, on to objective 2. Objective 3. Welcome back to listening to me yammer. We are right at the corner of the board for Objective 4. We've got an industry area painted. Let's make our farm. Let's already be unhappy with what we've done. Let's move it to the other side. Extractor buildings to start with. No animal stuff. Animal is a processing building. Didn't know that. Small crop field. Actually, we're going to make lemonade. So we're going to want a fruit field. With now I'm thinking roads either side. Because even though I'm not going to do one-way industrial road here. But just the sort of cheap industrial... Oh, I shouldn't even do that, should I? Country road. Was I about to get a copyright strike there? Maybe. Let me also people complaining that their ears burned and fell out. Should be there and they fit. Now I do think that it's perfectly fine for separate power station. Then I've got trucks coming out of here, trucks coming out of there, so they're not getting interfering with each other. So they can either make apples, oranges, or pears. Our lemonade's going to taste a bit funny, okay? Might taste like orangeade, appleade, pearade. Oh, cider. Ooh. Let's make it oranges. We can do orangeade. That's fine. Aren't you glad that I made that old classic joke? Yes, you are. Farm maintenance building. That will be on that side. That's plenty of workers, to be honest. Probably too much. Small farm in the corner. Get a water tower. Get your own water tower by the farm. Don't mind if people have to hear the noise. And what, therefore, do we have in terms of processing buildings? All animal products. Don't need any of that. Not even a flour mill, because this is a fruit farm. Fruit farm. So we are going to have to get then another, just to justify all those workers. On a side road, out of nowhere. You see, I put a clarifier in the last place, but I think you will agree sludge processing more acceptable for farms, eh? We're going to scooch down the industry zone here, just make it a nice little diddy one, Do we have any other... Oh, yes. Warehouses. Grain silo doesn't really work for me in terms of... well, these are oranges. Let's go crazy. Let's assume that these are orangeries. Our injuries were serious. Oranges. Yes, I am putting all my oranges in one basket. And then the only thing left to do is hook this lot all up. And there's going to be some wiggly road work. That's going to join the industrial cheap road. So did you enjoy the time-lapse music? I've been going classical, you know. Not because I'm some sort of classical buff, just because I find classical music quite relaxing. Some of my favourite tunes are there. I don't think I found Night on the Bare Mountain by Mussorgsky in the list on the Audio Studio. So if you're a classical composer and you're thinking I might do Mussorgsky at some point, then yes, please go ahead. We will enjoy it. Now we can respect topography to a degree, but to be honest, I'm going to flatten all this stuff out. Now, which road did I put where? I put the industrial road off to the side. That is now connected by road to the network. Oh, yes, as you saw in the time-lapse, I did have an overpass. Then I decided to go for an underpass instead. We have both in Britain. It depends how the landscapes are, and I thought, well, just having one even higher and then having to get down even further would just be more of a chore. So I think we are ready to switch this all on, but one more thing is required just to stop these things from having a bit of a panic. There's not much wind up there. Oh, it just links. I am going to turn this off. That one we can leave on. And go! Water, you are watered. Yes, you are watered, well done. And you've got some power and some maintenance there. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Holly Grove has got 167 workers already. Wow. That's fine. You will be producing some stuff, and you will go over. There is connection, so no complaining iconography. So that's good. Oh, he's complaining about water. Well, as we have a connecting road, let's just sort that out. Lovely. You'll see my residential demand has kept down low because I built some more stuff. Here we are. Just have a look. This has been switched off, so we don't care. Then that had to go under. Oh, I need to. But also, look at that lovely bridge. Look at that lovely bridge. Feels a little thin at the top. But that's probably because it's just really, really high, and it probably wasn't intended to go that high. And we ended up curling up under the mountain. I quite like this bit where it's coming back upon itself to show that it's gone quite a way and it still hasn't dropped a tremendous amount. And then I ended up, I discovered as I studied the land that the land was going up and then the land was going down, and so the train either had to, I was going to end up breaking the roadway underneath that. No, I didn't want to do that, and so that is that's all going to be working, which will leave us in a position. Oh, look, farm vehicles are ready. That will leave us in a position where we are able to start or place our lemonade factory next time. There we go. We've made 175 tons. These will all be unbalanced, hopefully. Yes, they will. And 2 more things I want to do to close. For one, this will be filled with this doesn't have crops. Okay. Interesting. No crops for him. Oh, look at that traffic. You see, this is why we are going to have a bit of a panic with our industry area, because look at the amount of trucks that are coming up there. Wait till this is full of industry. Right, I wanted to finish up on. I've got a university in here finally, by the way, just because I was upset with 66% uneducated people, which it hasn't gone down from. But at least all of my capacities here for education are high. Just my transport links, not so much. And the university's fairly fresh, to be fair. But I got a park down here, and I wanted to take you for a walk in that park because it's my favourite. It's my favourite bit here. So I'm loving this park. It's just a little city park just on the outsides. But as you see, you can see the sea between the trees and over the stuff, and that's fine. And you've got a little cafe in there and all sorts of stuff. You can see buildings popping out over the top, and that's all grand. But then as you just go out there, you can just see the mountains in the distance, in the background, peeking up over everything, and then that just looks to me, that looks lovely. And then you look back on yourself, and it's just you can just see the sea. You can just see the sea in between the treetops. So I quite like that. That's one of my favourite views. I'm quite liking looking down this avenue at that large tree as well. But that is where we will end. So we achieved, I think, 4 objectives, and we leave you with 5,000 extra people, the first farm, the road and rail have connected, and the residential demand curbed. Let's jump back up, but we'll go back down again. Look, it's dropping. On Wednesday, we're going to place the lemonade factory, which isn't going to take a lot of time, and then we will look at doing something with a harbour area, just to bring mass transit over. Have a good couple of days. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on Wednesday.